The two major benefits that you're going to see in any running assessment is minimizing injuries, but also enhancing performance and bettering times. So the entire assessment is 90 minutes long. We're going to take a look at the running portion, we're going to do the testing for strength and flexibility, and by the time we get towards the end of it, the last 20 minutes or so is all exercises that we want you to do and perform so that when you go home you can continue to work at getting better. Some of the key things that we're looking for in running, depending on the view, is stability. We want to see stability in certain areas and that it stays very stable within a range of motion. But then the other things that we're looking for too on other views is how dynamic it is, how much movement is there, how much movement should be there, the placement of the foot in relation to their center of mass. All those sort of things start to add up and really tell us a story of that runner in particular and how we can help them out. So we use LED markers that our software system picks up. And what it's allowing us to do is see exact joint angles throughout the running motion. Obviously running is a very quick motion and capturing it with the naked eye just doesn't do it justice. So we're able to play it back in slow motion or even frame by frame and stop it and be able to see key parts of that running motion and break it down based on the angles that we're seeing. That way we can get the actual time that the foot contacts the ground and the exact mid stance and the exact time that the toe leaves the ground as well. That's where our software system really enhances the entire running assessment. It allows us to see things better, but it also allows the client or the patient to see it for themselves. During the playback, we're looking at all the things that they're doing really well, but then trying to pull out those 2-3 things that we can improve on. And we're piecing it all together of why is this happening, how is it happening, how do we go about correcting it, and for someone that's had an issue in the past, how that relates to that issue and how we can make that better. The pressure plate and the foot mapping, what it allows us to see is pressure points throughout the foot and throughout the foot in motion. We can see how much pressure is being applied to the rear foot and to the forefoot and at what point in the running stance that's happening. So this does a really good job for us to start to figure out, especially people that have had issues with foot, ankle, lower leg, stress fractures, things like that. It'll also tag a pressure point to it as how much pressure is being applied. So we can start to look at symmetry from right to left. And if we start to see that a lot more pressure is being applied to the right side, answering the question of why. Why is that happening and how do we start to fix that? For the EMGs and teaching of the exercises, we're just sticking those right to any muscle group that we in particular want to look at or watch. And then going through the exercises. And based on that, we can start to manipulate the exercises so that we get more of the muscle working that we wanted to key in on. We're looking for patterns of what muscles are doing really well or what muscles are a little bit deficient that we need to wake up a little bit more, get them to work a little bit harder. It gives us a huge advantage in knowing what exercises to give to the client or to the patient to go home with, because by the time they leave, we know this exercise has worked for them. They were able to do the exercise well and replicate it on their own, and that way they can do it at home too. The whole evaluation, when it gets done, they're going to leave with a booklet of the exercises that they should currently be doing along with exercises that they can upgrade to. They're also going to leave with a whole report from the running assessment. There are follow-ups where we get you back and we use all the equipment again to retrain you. So we put you back up on the treadmill and we can start to cue you through different running motions or styles, whatever we need to correct. Also using the EMGs again so that we can start to look at exercises and how you're doing and also to upgrade them. You can pay as you go for each individual session. Otherwise, we do have a package too. So you can purchase the assessment along with 2 follow-up sessions. Obviously, the packages are at a reduced cost. There's a ton of science behind all of this, so it's not that we're just saying we think you should do this because we found that works. Everything that we're telling you is based on research reports or backed by other data that we have, so we know what we're giving you works. It's just a matter of how you apply it to each individual to get the best results.